I have this beautiful begonia propagation from my snow-capped begonia, and I'm gonna pull it out of the sphagnum moss and the cup it is in, and I'm gonna go ahead and pot it up. I'm very excited because it's so pretty. So yeah. So first I'm gonna take it out. Look at all those roots it has. That's pretty cool. I have been having so much issues propagating begonias. It's not even real. So this is the first method I've found that works. Water just takes absolutely forever. But yeah, it looks really good. You can see all the roots, all the sphagnum moss attached. I did a mix of sphagnum moss and perlite, and oops, I don't really like sphagnum moss as my top propagation method just because of how hard it is to get it off the roots. Wow, look how long that root is. That's pretty cool. So I'm just kind of like trying to massage it off because I've already felt a couple roots rip. So just nicely. It looks really good, and I'm excited because it's like sun-stressing, slightly pink. Not sure the camera's not doing it justice, but yep, I am definitely pulling off roots and I hate it. I hate it, but I want to get all the sphagnum moss off because I don't want the roots to rot later on. Oh no! I don't know. If any of you guys have tips for removing. So it's kind of easier to see on my shirt. So I have removed the sphagnum moss and I'm left with some beautiful roots and a new begonia. So I'm just gonna be putting it in a little 2-inch pot because it's kind of small, but so I seen this method on, I think it was like YouTube Shorts or something, so I'm gonna try it where I put the dirt in here, and I'm gonna remove the big chunks because so I put the dirt in here, I pat it down, and then anyways, here is the potted snow-capped begonia. I love it. This is my favorite plant. Quick plant update. This is my snow-capped begonia that I have chopped so much to get so many propagations. I'll show you some of my other propagations soon. But look, do you see that? It's flowering again. I love it. I'm so excited because this is the first plant I've had that flowers, I think, or that has given me flowers, and they are the cutest flowers ever. They're literally like little heart-shaped buds, or whatever you call them, little heart-shaped flowers. They bring me so much joy, and this is now my favorite plant. So thanks for listening. I'll go ahead and show you the other ones I'm propagating. Still trying to figure out propagation for snow-capped begonias, and begonias in general. I'm a newly converted begonia girly. So let me grab those. So this is the batch that I started, maybe it was last week. There's not really much progress, but you see how you can kind of see them here. There are a couple that have like the new leaves growing that I'm excited about, and I guess they have like little roots, but the cool thing is the new leaves are this pink color, and I just think that's absolutely beautiful. So I am seeing a couple new leaves. Look at this new leaf. This new leaf is almost fully pink. So I am loving this plant, but let me go ahead and show you the other bin, because it's a little bit more mature in its propagation, I guess. So this one I started a couple weeks ago. Some of them are rotting, but some of them aren't. The way I do it is I propagate a bunch, and if 70% work, then it's a success. So here's my second bin full of propagations of this begonia. There are some beautiful ones here. Ooh! They have roots! They have roots! Yeah, they have, a lot of them are rooting super well too. But you see this one has a bright pink leaf. It is just beautiful. It is beautiful. So there's a couple of the leaves like that. Ooh, these are almost fully white. There's no roots though, so maybe that's not supposed to be that way. But I am seeing some really pretty, ooh, yeah. So, Ruby. So I am seeing some beautiful progress. Look at this. Look at it. Look at it. I am so pleased with this. Has some roots finally. It's been like, I'd say about 3 weeks for this bin, and I haven't had the best of luck propagating with sphagnum moss. I'm new to it, honestly, so I've only done it for a couple of months, because it's just interesting to me, and I also don't love the way that the roots, like, it's hard to get the roots off of it. But I've tried in my prop boxes with begonias, it somewhat works. It takes a lot longer. And I've tried in water, it somewhat works. It takes a lot longer. So in a prop box with, it's a mixture of, I have sphagnum moss, I have a little bit of pesticide, honestly, and I have perlite. It's like probably, I'm trying to go more to a 50-50 ratio of perlite to sphagnum moss, but this is probably honestly like 75-25%. You can see though there's more perlite at the bottom. And it's also starting to get a lot of algae, which is something I've been trying to work through. I have been using hydrogen peroxide, just a little bit, but I've also heard, I don't know, I'm still figuring this out, honestly, but I'm excited, and this is so cool. This is so cool. I have some absolutely beautiful ones, and I have roots, and I'm really excited about the roots because this looks great. This looks so great, whereas a lot of them are rooting actually, even like this one that doesn't have, wow. Yeah, this has some roots. And yeah, a lot of these are doing a lot better than I was expecting, honestly. I can probably pot these up in a few weeks. So I am excited about this. I am a begonia girly now. I would love to propagate a bunch of these and then trade them for other begonias. and have like a whole begonia collection. That has to be like the dream. So we'll see what happens. But I am excited. Yeah! Yeah, Ruby! And this is my new favorite plant. I like begonias. Okay, anyways. I think what I'm gonna do for this one is I am going to leave it in the water. Just let it be very hydrated while it's rooting into the soil, and then let this dry up, and then I'll water it like normal. So I did take a break for the very good reason of getting Starbucks. If you are curious what I get, it is a bit extra, but it is my weekend treat. So here is my order. So this is a box that I call Plant Chaos. But here's the exciting thing. I have a mushroom. That is insane. Look at that. I've looked it up, and the people of Reddit say that it's cute and non-dangerous unless you eat it, and that it's somewhat common, but this is my first mushroom, and since it's here, I don't really care. I might remove it though, but I just wanted to bring you along. So, plot twist, but I actually found this whole bin of soil in my closet, and I didn't realize I had this much. I thought there was just like a tiny bit, and usually I don't like reusing soil, but I'm looking at it and it looks pretty good. It looks pretty like clean. So I think I'm gonna try to reuse this, and I'm going to mix it, and then I'm gonna add in some soil additives. One thing I do with perlite is I actually add water to it. When you add water to it, you won't have the dust. And personally, I haven't had any problems with water sitting in perlite in bins. So I guess for my safety, I would rather do that. This should be enough, but I can always add more. It's looking pretty good. I am going to add in a little bit more vermiculite because it just helps a lot with water retention. And I'm bad at watering. I'm an underwaterer. It's so satisfying. This looks pretty good. So I have this moss bowl. I tried to make it self-watering with the cotton wick through it, and it's not working, to be honest. It has too much air exposure, and I'm having to water this thing every day. It's just too high maintenance. I've watched like the Sydney plant guys videos, and I don't have a very humid environment, and if you do the crunch test, you can kind of hear it, but the self-watering kind of works towards the bottom, but towards the top it doesn't, maybe because it's a longer pole. But I'm gonna wrap it with cling wrap. I've seen someone else do it. I think her YouTube was Where You'll Grow. She was like super cute. houseplant influencer. But I'm gonna go ahead and try to wrap it because hopefully it decreases like the surface area of the moss and it'll allow me to water it like once every couple days, hopefully. I really wanted the cling wrap to kind of come together right here so I could split it open as the roots grow up, but I don't think that's gonna happen, so. I am gonna leave the bottom exposed because I'm really hoping, one, it stays wet by itself, and two, I really am hoping for these disaster plants to come back and have a good life. So I did watch his video and I chose this smaller water. I watched Sydney Plant Guy's video and I am using this smaller water bottle and it has holes in the top of it. It has holes in the top of it, and I've noticed if I leave it and you create a cavity and you press it into the moss a bit, then it will slowly water the pool. And hopefully I'll have to do this a lot less now, and I can, as the plants actually grow, I can have it go up. Thanks for listening to my TED Talk. So this is my bedroom. This is where I'm growing more plants because I'm in such of a small space. So I'm just gonna check on all of my prop boxes, make sure all the plants are doing okay, see if I need to air any of them out or if I need to add more water, and I'm just gonna take you along. These are my begonia propagations. So I think I'm gonna keep going through these. I have a lot to do. Yeah, I'm excited. So this is just a bucket of pothos, so I'm just gonna water this. Pretty simple. So I think for most of these, I'm gonna bring them to my living room and I'll kind of show you what I'm doing. I have more pink princesses, woo! So I have my pink princess philodendrons. They don't have very much variegation, sadly, but I do have a lot of them, which is fun. Here's one of them. It looks like it's doing really well, and there's a new leaf right there. I took this cutting 11/18, so it's been about 3 months, and it started out as a single leaf, maybe 2 leaves, but it's all the way here, and it looks really good, really healthy. I am starting to see more variegation, so that's good. It's a good sign. This one is so cute. It has half leaves, almost 2 half leaves, and I don't know what it was from. Maybe it was from just a single node, but it is absolutely adorable. I don't know if I've seen one this cute. It's so tiny. This is another like super cute one, even though it's in the same size pot as this one. It's just been super cute. It does have some nice variegation, so I'm excited, and it has, you can see the new growth point. This one I'm not even gonna pick up. It's very sad. I've had this one for even longer. I've had this one for probably 6 months, and it's stayed about this big. It has grown like a new leaf every once in a while. I don't know if it's worth it, or at this point it's a lost cause, but I guess it's just here. This one is also finally starting to grow. It's not showing any variegation yet, but half leaf, almost. This one started like super nice, and now it's like lost its variegation. I'm kind of bummed. This one started just plain old green, and it's starting to get a little bit of something, so that's fun. This new leaf looks promising. It's growing though, and I love growth. Doesn't look like there's much with this one or this one. This one is one of my favorite ones. Yeah, it's just growing absolutely insane. I took a cutting 11/18, and I love it. I love how dark it is with the variegation on it. I love this leaf. I really wish it wasn't damaged. It's just kind of looking great, and it's growing so quickly. Very excited about that. This one is also growing fast. It's not really showing any variation, which is a bummer, but it's pretty and it's growing, so there's that. Maybe I'll get some in the future. Or maybe it'll just be a philodendron and I'll enjoy it. This one is my favorite. It is the star. Okay, it's not my favorite, but it looks nice. It's kind of like, it almost reminds me of like a Thai constellation with the variegation in it. It also has this little baby one right here. And I almost like want to remove it and put it in its own little pot, but that's okay. It's getting almost too big for the prop box. It's just growing so fast, so amazingly. I do see a dead leaf, so I will chop that off, but overall, this prop box is doing amazing now and not really getting any mold. And everything's just growing so nicely, so I'm excited. I'm just gonna put a little bit of water, but honestly, it doesn't really need much. Okay, so I'm excited to show you this one. Do you see this? Do you see this one? Look! It is a fully pink leaf. I haven't gotten one of these before. I've gotten like more pink leaves. Oops. Oopsies. I pulled that out. Okay. Ah. Anyways, back to the point. This is an absolutely beautiful leaf. I am so excited. If you look at this plant, it is just stunning. Okay, so we have first I got this leaf. And then I got this leaf, a half leaf, a beautiful half leaf. And then I got this leaf, again, beautiful. And then this one, it is so pink. I've never seen one or had one personally that is just this pink. I am hoping it doesn't brown because they tend to do that on me. But this will be staying in the prop box for safekeeping. I have another pink. It's supposed to be a pink princess philodendron, not really showing any signs of variegation. And then I have some painted lady philodendrons. I probably should keep these a little bit more moist, but it doesn't really look like many of them are growing. This one looks like it's growing, but I'm not really seeing any signs of root. Maybe that's a sign of root. I'm not sure, but there's a new leaf right there. But I'm just gonna water these. Especially the big pots, they definitely need some love. And I've noticed that, especially the new plants just need a little extra water. So next, some Burley Marks philodendron. I do have this one. This is my prized possession. You see, this is my prized possession. It is a variegated Monstera adansonii, and basically, I got this plant shipped to me and the whole thing was dead. It was literally black. And my genius idea was I'm gonna cut it up to save it instead of tell them that it arrived dead. And so I took this node, and this is the only node that survived off the whole plant. And I planted it 12/4, and in the past couple of months it has given me this, and I'm so glad, because I was so nervous. I spent $80 on a plant that died, and I'm really excited for this to grow more. I'm hoping to propagate it, and yeah, it's looking good. The first leaf didn't have any fenestrations. This one didn't, but it was getting larger, and then this one does. So I'm super excited to see what's next. But as you can see, I have my Burley Marks philodendron. They're looking pretty good. They are such fast growers. I even have some with fully variegated leaves. You can see right here. Some aren't doing the best, but honestly most of them do. And let me show you something cool. This one's doing well. I started it off of this leaf and now it's here. You can see a lot of growth points. You can see a new leaf here. But one thing I want to show you is the roots. The roots are just amazing on this plant. I love the roots. They're so quick, which really just makes this such of an easy plant to grow. A lot of these look pretty watered, but I'm just gonna water some of the ones that look a bit more dry. And oh, look at that! I wanted to show you. For my Monstera Adansonia, I have a root finally at the bottom. That is awesome. But it's doing really well, so I'm not messing with it. Maybe add like a little drop of water. Actually, I think I'm going to chop just a few leaves. This one's just not doing well. Chopped. It's cool because a lot of these just started as like one leaf cuttings, and it's like, look at it. Look how beautiful this one is. This is a dragon tail pothos. The variegation is strong since it's under such of an intense light. Sometimes I just take this leaf off just because it doesn't quite match with the rest of the plant anymore. But you'll notice a lot of these are like pretty full for a 2-inch pot. So I'm finally, happy with it. I even have a couple variety pothos. Look how big this is for just a 2-inch pot. But it has like almost all the different kinds of pothos I own in here. So I have like a neon snow queen pothos. I have, I think this is, I don't know which one this is. I think this is a normal pothos, but it's in a weird shape. I have this Cebu blue pothos. I have a dragon tail pothos. I have a global green pothos. And yeah, I even have a pothos enjoy and a neon pothos. So I think this does actually have almost all of them my own. But it's a lot of pothos for a little pot of soil. So the prop bins help everything stay super humid, super light. It also blocks out a little bit of the light, so yeah. It stays super humid, and it I just really have problems. Probably the ones I need to worry about most are in the corners and the sides. I'll probably leave this out today to kind of like air out and to have some of the water evaporate, so when I do put it in the closed container, then it isn't locking in with too much moisture. I guess I have more pink princess philodendron. I did not know I had this many. I guess I went a little crazy propagating, but these don't have very much variegation, and I don't know if they will. So it's interesting because these I propagated the same time that I propagated the other ones, but these don't seem to have any mold really on them, and they're new, so it's like, that's nice, but I wonder if it's because of the grow light, if I need to expose my other ones to more light. But I'm just gonna, some of these leaves that are dead, I want to get them out so I don't get mold, and I don't want to touch them. So, yeah. I like to wait until I see a new leaf, and then I don't like to cut this leaf, but the one below it. And I do that because the leaves take energy to continue on, and I don't like them because they don't really match the new plant. So that's why I like to cut them the way I've been cutting them. They look really sad too. My plan is to, you can see like this is where the soil level should be and this is where the soil is. So my plan is to add more soil towards the end once they're rooted and growing better. I want to cut this, but I don't want to mess this up. Oh, look, new leaf. Full send. really want to cut this one. Yeah. I think I can. I think this is what we're gonna end up with. I kind of went a little crazy there, chopped a bunch of leaves. So I'm gonna quickly show you statuses of my other plants. And here I kind of have some random plants. I have a few Siamaruras. I have a Maranta plant. I have some Monstera adansonii. I have a mini Monstera. Just like kind of a random collection of plants I'm propagating. I have this partial moss wall, which I'm gonna water some of the plants here. I would like to complete it eventually, but I haven't really had the time. Just gonna water some of the plants in here. And I have my Monstera Thai constellation. I'm really hoping that these grow better in my grow room. I guess we will see. So I've had some personal / work things come up, and I'm honestly not in the mood to clean my apartment right now. So I think I'm gonna end it here. Thank you so much for watching. Remember that you are loved, and I'll see you next time.